Hi, this is Jim. I want to do a quick video today about the he400i, the Hifiman, doing a pad swap on it. So this is the original pad right here. It is fixed to the back ring that hooks into the side of the headphone, and it can't move. The pad stays in one place, and it's just on there real nice. And this is the pads that I replaced the originals with, and they're thicker in the back, you can see. And if you do this, when you get these pads, they're not attached to the ring like the originals are, and they move. They turn on the ring. So before you install them, you got to make sure that you got the thin part facing one of the clips and the back part facing one of the clips. Otherwise, because when I first installed these, I had them all borked and sideways and backwards, and I thought I broke my headphones because they sounded so bad. So I had to take them off and reposition the pads correctly so that the thin part was at the right part, and so on and so forth, and the fat part at the right part. But then once I did that, and I got them back on there, and this is not an easy pad swap. I mean, it's doable. If I did it, you could do it. But I'm not going to tell you it's the easiest pad swap in the world, but it can be done. Those little clips, they just clip in. There's little hook things, little slots in the side of the ear cups there. But the main point about it is I was going to buy the Anandas, and I went on Reddit, and I put up a post about how different are the 400i's from the Anandas, and a person was nice enough to come on there and tell me that if you put these Elite Hybrid pads onto the 400i's, they don't really sound that different from the Anandas. And I found that hard to believe, but for 80 bucks, I was willing to try it compared to dropping another 700 for a pair of Anandas. And so I did it. And when I first got them on there correctly, I didn't really like the sound, to be honest with you, because it took away that electricity, that real spark and excitement to them. And it kind of made them sound, what it did is it took the edge off the treble, and it brought the bass up just a bit, and it took the soundstage and spread the soundstage out pretty wide compared to with the original pads. So they weren't nearly as exciting. And, I kept listening to them for a while, and the more I listened to them, the more I realized with the original pads, I could only listen for like 20 minutes to a half hour. And the treble was so sharp that I would have to take them off. And plus the music was so intense, or the sound, because the immediacy of them being right in your ears like that was really intense. And I just couldn't handle it after about a half hour. But I enjoyed that half hour, but that's about all I could do. And then as I started listening to these and giving these a chance, the new pads, I realized that I could listen to these all day now, comfortably. And then the more I kept listening to them, the more I realized how really good and better they sound now. Like with all genres of music now. These have, you can crank Stone Temple Pilots Unglued and it sounds good. It doesn't cut your ears out of your head like it did with the original pads on there. Just classical, anything. It just makes everything sound good. Voices, spoken word. And, with the old pair, it wasn't like that. With the old pads on there, I could not crank up music or anything like that. So with these now, these are much better. And I've actually stopped looking at new open back headphones because these actually make everything sound really good. So that is the difference that they made. And I'm very glad that I gave them a chance and just didn't immediately send the pads back as I was going to. And so with the closebacks, I'm still looking for the perfect set. I like these Biodynamics, the MMX 300s. I like them a lot, but they are not perfect. They do not make all music sound good the way these do. The Biodynamics, they're not that good for classical most times, unless you get a perfect recording. Whereas these make just all the classical sound really good, as well as everything else. So I'm still searching for the perfect closeback set. But in my mind, I've pretty much got it right here. I don't even look at open backs anymore. So I just want to say, if they're too hard for you, try these and maybe you'll like it. Thanks. Bye.